Welcome back to the Force Feed. In today's gaming news, Gun Monkeys now generates free Steam keys so you can play with friends. Lost Planet 3 reviews are in, and the responses are not so hot. And Bethesda works with Microsoft to not require Xbox Gold for the Elder Scrolls Online. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Force here with your day's gaming news. First up today, Gun Monkeys is a multiplayer deathmatch game that not a lot of people are playing, so it's kind of hard to enjoy it if you've purchased it. Well, if you are one of those people who do have Gun Monkeys but are having a hard time finding a game, it looks like you're going to get some free Steam keys to give to your friends. So at least you'll have someone to play against. In a recent update, anyone sitting in an empty server for a few minutes will now be granted a free Steam key to give a copy to their friends. Free keys are limited per player, but developer Size5 Games hopes that this solution will bump up the player base and bring the game back to life. I think the most disappointing part of all of this entire story, is that Gun Monkeys, from what I played, was actually pretty cool. It's this little deathmatch game where you play as a monkey and you play against another monkey and you shoot each other with rockets and lasers and stuff like that. The gameplay felt pretty smooth and fluid. It has an interesting art style, and there was actually some comedy behind the narration in the tutorial that I did. But when I came around to actually trying to play a game and make a video on the title, there was no one to play against. It was so disappointing. So luckily, this newfangled thing that they're going to be trying by giving out free Steam keys to people who are unable to find games, maybe that's going to increase the server population enough so that more people are actually playing it, and hopefully the game does well, because again, it seemed like a pretty solid indie deathmatch title. So there you go. If you know anyone who owns Gun Monkeys, see if he's got a free Steam key that he can lend you. Next up, Lost Planet 3 launch day. This is a game that I was quite looking forward to because I've always liked the Lost Planet universe. Unfortunately, it's not looking so hot for the reviews so far. Average review scores for the game sit somewhere in the 60 out of 100 vicinity, which for any AAA title is wholeheartedly disappointing. IGN summed it up by saying there are flashes of greatness in Lost Planet 3, but flashes are all they are, and the often frustrating metaphorical dimness between them makes up a bulk of the 15-hour single-player campaign. Damn it! Really? Come on! I wanted this game to be good. I wanted it to be good. I mean, do we ever not want a game to be good? I've said this before. Wouldn't it be amazing if all games were amazing? Unfortunately, in the case of Lost Planet 3, it looks like the answer to that question is no. Now, I have purchased and downloaded the game, so you will be expecting coverage from me. I might show off like the early parts of the game, and then as I play through it, if I can stomach an entire playthrough, maybe update you guys as to how that playthrough is going. But yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the reviews are not looking so good for this title. Really, really disappointing. And last up in news today, Elder Scrolls Online, the subscription fee that was recently announced, has frustrated console gamers because, hey, you already pay for Xbox Gold, and for the next PlayStation, you're gonna have to pay for PlayStation Plus if you want to play online games. Well, it looks like in terms of the Xbox One, ZeniMax is in talks with Microsoft to see if they can not require a Gold subscription to play the Elder Scrolls Online. Speaking with OXM at Gamescom, lead gameplay designer Nick Conkle said, "We have been in talks with Microsoft about the gold requirement for online games and seeing whether or not there's any room to change their minds about that. For folks who are only playing Elder Scrolls Online and don't want to pay for an Xbox Live Gold subscription just to play the Elder Scrolls Online." So the thing about this is, in theory, I get it. There's a subscription fee for Elder Scrolls Online, and console gamers, they don't want to be paying their gold membership plus that subscription fee. The thing is, I don't know that that's Microsoft's problem, and I don't really see the incentive for Microsoft to allow this to happen. I mean, what's the best thing that could possibly happen? If you look at this situation, you might get people who already have a gold subscription, and then they pick up the Elder Scrolls Online and they say, oh, I have to pay a subscription fee? Well, since I'm playing this MMO now, I'm not going to be playing a lot of other games online, so let me cancel my gold subscription. I think from Microsoft's standpoint, this would just be a terrible decision because that situation would likely arise, especially considering that this is an MMO and it takes up a lot of time. They're probably going to get people getting the Elder Scrolls Online, paying the $15 a month over to ZeniMax, canceling their gold subscription. Microsoft doesn't get any benefit from this. The only benefit that I could potentially see is that if ZeniMax makes a deal with Microsoft to say, if this happens, when people who don't have a gold subscription and are playing the Elder Scrolls Online, we will give you a portion of the proceeds. Because honestly, I mean, what's a gold subscription cost? Like $50 a year or something? Even if ZeniMax is like, hey, we'll give you $5 a month at the end of the year, you'll totally get your money back, then maybe that would work out. But if ZeniMax doesn't work out that sort of a deal where Microsoft is still getting money, I don't see why Microsoft would allow this. It really does them no good. So there you go. It's a very interesting idea. I get where console gamers are coming from, and if this does work out for you, fantastic. You will just be paying a subscription fee plus your internet bill, just like everyone else on the PC. And I do wonder also what's going to happen with the PlayStation 4. Is ZeniMax also going to try to work out a deal with them? Because they are now requiring in the next generation that you have PS Plus in order to play online games, as far as I remember. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of the show. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think about any of the topics we have discussed here today in the comment section below. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed. Kind of a little creeped out. I don't know what it is, but whenever I record this show, I always get the feeling that someone's watching me. Hello?